Greetings, my friends, and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George, and today I've got another instalment of bands you need to hear. These bands, these recommendations, may have been around for a while, may be new to the block, but if you're not familiar with them, then you really need to check them out. They're well worth your time, well worth your damaged eardrums. So, today's recommendation, it's a bit of a difficult one. It's one that I've been umming and ahhing and deciding over, pondering over for a while because they're not all that obscure. I think that they are an absolutely phenomenal band. They're one of my favourite bands of all time. But it's not like they're just crawling out the underground. It's not like they're not heard of at all. You've certainly got a big name at the helm of these guys in Tom G. Warrior or Thomas Gabriel Fisher. I am, of course, talking about the mighty death doom atmospheric gods, Triptykon. So for those not familiar with Triptykon, as I say, this is the band, the project after Celtic Frost of Tom G. Warrior. It's effectively, musically, a continuation of Tom's work with Celtic Frost, certainly a continuation, a direct musical continuation of the final Celtic Frost album, Monotheist, which is without a doubt my favourite Celtic Frost album. It's dark, it's evil, it's atmospheric, it's got soul, it's got spirit. Triptykon really carry that energy on, and Triptykon's music is so dark. It's the sort of music where it really does make you scour your brain and search your soul. It's emotive, it's deep, it's every bit of dark beauty that you could expect to find in musical form. So to date, they only have 2 full-length albums, 1 EP and a live album. Talk chronologically, I always struggle to pronounce the title of the debut full-length. Amazing H.R. Geiger artwork there, truly fantastic. Let's try and not butcher this. Eperistera Diamones, or Diamones? Not quite sure. I'll let you make up your mind on how that's pronounced. I hope you can see that clearly enough. So this was the debut. It is an absolutely stunning, crushingly heavy album. It really is. It's just a beautiful piece of work. Goetia, Abyss Within My Soul, 2 long, over 10-minute long songs kicking off the album with just death, doom, crushingly, seismically heavy riffs. Absolutely glorious stuff. Enshroud Decayed is so atmospheric and ambient, so dark. It creates this textured, chilling soundscape. It's absolutely addictive. It's intoxicating. It's an amazingly heavy song. It just sounds superb. Tom's vocal work is fantastic. He actually shares vocal duties. I can't quite remember the chap's name off the top of my head. V. Centura, who was well known for being the guitarist and vocalist of German black metal legends, as they are. Dark Fortress, been around for many years and released a good few great albums, cracking bits of work. He shares his vocals maybe 20% of the time, the slightly harsher notes that maybe Tom can't quite reach, can't quite deliver. It's a really good pairing. Both are superb vocalists. Other tracks that are really, really worth listening to, absolute standout moments. We've got 1,000 Lies is a really heavy, that's more like a Black and Death track. It's really heavy, fast, furious, whereas the bulk of the music is generally very doom heavy, doom laden, death doom tracks. Myopic Empire very strange atmospherics, very, very interesting sort of pace changes. It's a different kind of track to, say, the opening 2 tracks or In Shrouds Decayed. My Pain is a beautiful, chilling, slow-paced, gentle track. It's difficult to really describe, but it's very ambient, it's very emotive, it's very deep and chilling. The closing track is probably the standout track of the album. It's about 19 minutes long. It's entitled The Prolonging, and it is a journey through dark death, doom, and just crushing soul. It's beautiful because it's so weighty, it's so honest and raw. It's freaking great. So that's the debut there. They also released the Shatter EP around the same time, I believe, which was an accompaniment to the album, featuring, interestingly, 2 longer tracks or 2 additional tracks, a instrumental kind of interlude piece, and then 2 live tracks, which are covers of Celtic Frost songs. We have Circle of the Tyrants and Dethroned Emperor, which has Nocturno Culto on vocals, but we'll focus mainly on the Triptykon material. When we're talking about Shatter EP, Shatter is unbelievably dark, heavy, it's chillingly beautiful, great sort of choruses. You've got female vocals on there as well. It just really helps to create this dark, chilling, cold atmosphere. The other track, I Am the Twilight, is unbelievably heavy, crushing, huge riffs. It just sounds massive. It's so dark and deep. Superb stuff. By the time we get onto the second album, Milana Kazmata, again, got the Geiger artwork there. Lovely stuff. The iconography really does fit the music. We just get more crushing death doom, Tree of Suffocating Souls. That's more of a faster pace death metal number. Very black and dreary, very fast, very heavy. Boleskin House, Altar of Deceit, Breathing. Really, again, no surprises by the time. If you've managed to survive this battering, then expect a lot more of the same dark, crushing heaviness from Milana Kazmata. Those mentioned tracks there, very heavy. Aurora is the answer to My Pain, but on this album, slow, gentle, very melodic, very heavy in an emotive, soulful, spiritual sense. Demon Pact is a very strange, almost sinister sounding track. It's very sinister, it's very unnerving. It's freaking heavy, no surprise there. Then right the way through the rest of the album, Black Snow, that is a formidably heavy track, huge droning doom riffs, crushingly heavy, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece of pummeling death doom, atmospheric and ambient. The only thing that's slightly not quite fitting with the chronology of Monotheist, the debut album, then Milana Kazmata, is this piece, which was released in 2020. It's Triptykon live with the Metropole Orchestre, recorded at Roadburn Festival 2019. This is Requiem. Now this is a live album in the sense that it is the band performing live with an orchestra, but they're not playing original Triptykon or Celtic Frost songs. It's an orchestral kind of reimagining of some of their some elements of the songs kind of mishmashed with this whole different kind of facade on it. It's broken into 3 parts: Rex Irae, Grave Eternal, and Winter. I've never quite really understood it. It's not bad. It's good musicianship. It's heavy at moments. It's very deep, very dark. But it's kind of gone a little bit over my head, I feel. As a huge Triptykon fan, I think that this is a good artistic experimentation for them, and it's a nice thing to hear. But really, if they were going to do a live album, I would personally much rather hear original Triptykon songs being performed live, or even Celtic Frost tracks thrown in there as well. It's just a bit of an odd one. But that aside, those 2 albums and the EP are absolutely phenomenal. If you like doom, if you like death, if you like Celtic Frost, certainly Monotheist, if you like ambient, atmospheric, crushingly dark, emotive, spiritual music, then Triptykon are a band you absolutely need to hear. Cannot recommend these guys enough. Tom G. Warrior, a superb musician and songwriter. Check these albums out. Triptykon, a band you need to hear. What do you think of these guys? If you've never heard of them, check them out and then let me know what you think. I'm very interested to hear. I absolutely love them. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe as always. Take care, my friends. Stay heavy.